Welcome. These will be my thoughts on The Bear, Season 5, Episode 2, Lamb. The episode is rated TVMA, so in this video there will be spoilers for the show leading up to and including this episode, not for the show or anything else that came out after this episode. After this episode, even though I appreciate other episodes are already up. This is as far as I've watched so far. Another episode that I absolutely loved. So, I think I'm going to try to keep it chronological here. So, the let's see. I believe the first thing was seeing that the pipe did a lot. It's doing too much, and I really appreciated how the entire episode is them trying to deal with that, trying to fix that new fucked up situation. And let's see. I really appreciated the way that so Carmi is definitely trying. You know, it was his choice to not step on Sid's toes, as you know, he put her in charge. That was, he should have had a conversation with her and others first, but that is the choice he made. And this yeah um I I thought they got some great stuff out of this new power dynamic between them. And because there's this thing of like he is struggling a tiny little bit, but he is genuinely he does want to commit to this. And so far it's looking like she's going to be better at this. Like I don't know. On the one hand, I kind of do want him to still be working there when the show ends, but it's also like, is this even healthy for him? You know, for him it's like this thing of having something to prove, where I feel like with her it's more like this might actually be a really wonderful thing for her, so certainly if he is still working there by the end of the show, personally I would like for her to be in charge. I think it's better when he is not. And I think that brings us to the let's see. Yeah, so she's giving orders to the different ones, and we see that he is very much a cishet white man because he does not listen to her, the minority. He once again he told he said she should be in charge, and now she is, and like she specifically said, don't do anything with it, just put the tent there. And then she goes out there and she's like, I specifically told you not, just yeah. And that was also, some of the best dialogue of this episode. This thing of, see, that's why you shouldn't smoke. It causes cancer and flooding. And he's like, I don't smoke anymore. And she's like, exactly. What? that got a very sincere laugh out of me. Yeah. And let's see. I think, yeah, I also appreciated how early in the episode we got the status updates, And let's see. I think that might be when was that when we met Cheese, maybe? Let's go with yeah. I kept trying to figure out throughout the entire episode, where have I seen her face before? And just had to look it up afterwards. I haven't actually watched the movie 8th Grade, but I do remember like that the trailer really made an impression on me. Seems to really capture the experience incredibly well. That's her, and apparently she also did voices for Despicable Me or something like that. Which I appreciate. That's not where I know her face from, but whatever. I haven't watched those either. Those are Illumination, are they? Based on what I've heard, I really doubt I'll ever watch Illumination. Anyway, I think that does pretty much bring us to the I don't have any problem with like animation. I just don't review that much of it. Anyway, I think the yeah, now I know why it took me so long to I actually I'm not even entirely sure I would ever have been able to place her if I hadn't looked her up, but once again, like she just completely disappears into the bear style. It's yeah, just like so many others that have been on the show. Like so far, there generally isn't even one person that I've seen appear on this show that didn't just completely work within the whole approach they have. But yeah, so the yeah, the show does love to introduce family members and in general, people close to characters we already know. But yeah, she's fun. She's the niece of Computer. Will say, wasn't sure at first that her name was Cheese. I thought she was just saying, I'm smiling at you because we're meeting, and it's like Cheese, but then she also isn't particularly smiling. But yeah, um, I didn't catch it in the episode, but according to the IMDb credits, her last name is Chidario, so hence Cheese. And yeah, and then she said, my name's Terry, but never call me Terry. And also liked when Sid called Jimmy Unk. I'm not sure he picked up on that, or maybe he's just like whatever. But yeah, like that's I forget if it's specifically black, but it is like some apply it to themselves in a playful manner, but if someone's calling you Unk, it might not be a compliment. And I think it's something like, they're calling you old or something like that. I'm not saying I've been called it, but I've seen some use of it where that certainly applies. And yeah, I also love the thing about like, okay, so who do I have to talk about this? Please do not say Jimmy. And yeah, we get a tiny little bit with Angel and Manny, and I must reiterate, I really wish we got more time with them. Like, the show keeps introducing new characters, and sometimes we'll spend a lot of time on characters that we already know very well, and I still feel like I don't know who those two are, and it sucks because like I like their acting. I in a lot of ways the show is great at giving moments to characters who like in a lot of media would be like, oh, it's just them because they don't have like the most responsibility. Let's see, that their job title is not super, impressive maybe, but they help make the place run, and that is one of the things that the show tends to be really great at, highlighting people like that. And fucking Richie being like, it's okay, guys. The limited edition merchandise is still okay. Priorities. And then he means to say maximalize, and then or actually, wait, isn't maximalize also bad grammar? Isn't it maximize, optimalize, and maximalize? Yeah, something he said was definitely wrong. And I feel like that pretty much gets us to the right, and the part where so Sid catches Carm and he's like, I am definitely not making flood more, and then the wonderful smash cut that completely disproves his point and claim. And also great the part with the yeah, Cheese outlining all of the different things. Donna was one of them, like, duly noted. And let's see. Yeah, and at one point, she says like, restaurant's a terrible business. To which Sid says, Thank you, Terry. It is wonderful when you're able to refer to someone by their actual legal name and still make it sound like a fuck you. And the yeah, the thing with the, okay, so you've got two options. Don't say franchise. I told you not to say fucking franchise, and then like build up. With what money? I didn't mean you. I mean, sell the rights to someone. Do we have air rights? We'll look into it. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would have been quicker if they had just told Jimmy, listen, you got two options, fuck and all. And let's see, I think that is when, yeah, I like the part where, Richie talks taxes and I mean, he does kind of make it personal, but this time it's not really an insult, so that's growth, that's improvement. Saying like, I think this will appeal to your generation, like, tread lightly. But then he's like, sustainability, And yeah, just let's see. Then there is the right, the part where Tina comes out and the thing about like, do you need this repeated? And no, yeah. And then she starts saying it really slowly, and Sid has to specify, don't do it condescendingly. Because yeah, I'm sorry, there's a middle ground, Tina. That's all I'm saying. Between, the rapid fire that you started with and the, you know, kindergarten friendly version that you followed it up with. And I think, yeah, also like yeah, fucking love the almost like silhouette shot. I'm sorry, I want those fuckers back. I love a good silhouette shot. You just don't see it enough anymore. And they're so effective. Like, I literally am not sure I've ever forgotten a well done silhouette shot in my life. I know I talked about it in those videos, but it's one of the things I fucking love about the first two Thief games and those cut scenes where just like, oh, perfect. Like it was a time where you really had to be, you could kind of just film something in front of a green screen and, okay, because, live action FMV was becoming a thing in video games, but they were like, why? No, let's do something super fucking atmospheric and make it look super cool. And they did, and they nailed it. And they're still, like, I remember images vividly from those games. I haven't played them since I reviewed them, all those years ago. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, the bit with, the blue lighting and Richie standing there and they have the thing about, like, I need one spot for 7:30. That's the worst fucking one. Well, it's my dad, and I just wanted him to come by before we get a star. Yes, Richie, before you get. Actually, didn't he say our first star? Oh, Richie, I have terrible news for you. And I guess that pretty much. While I try to think of what the next scene was, I want to say, yeah, they, I talked about how important the first and last episodes of a season of show is. The very second episode of a season is also really important. It helps to really underline, hey, we weren't fucking around. We can do this. We can keep to a really high quality throughout this season. Because sometimes you watch a show, it's like, oh, wow, what an amazing season opener. And then you watch episode 2 and it's like, oh, okay. And that has not been the case so far in these 5 seasons of the Bear. But and the part where he's like, well, it's just my dad. He's practically a stranger to me. And let's see. I guess that pretty much does bring us to the part where I want to say Ted is his name. He's standing in front of and they're like trying to get him to just fucking fix it. And then Sid goes up, "What the fuck is going on here?" She doesn't say that, and then she tapes it, and then she says, "I'm trying not to swear today." And if, you know, and she walks off, and Neil is like, you deserve it. And he's like, I just didn't want to get fucking, hosed again. You're not gonna get hosed again. And then he gets hosed again. And it's like it's a simple setup. It's classic. Like, listen, you can find film that's like 100 fucking years old by now, and that's not even really an exaggeration. That has a gag like that, where it's like, okay, we know what's coming. Okay, just fair enough. It was still funny, just like classic slapstick thing to do that. It's still fucking funny, if you do it right, if you nail it. And I also just fucking love about this scene that, like, okay, so he's terrified that he's gonna get sprayed again. Why are you standing in the splash zone then? What, like, I get that he's not doing it because he's working up the nerve. Stand at a safe distance then. What the fuck? Like, at that point, you might as well just tape it, but you know, that's a fact for you. They are, yeah. And then later you have the thing about, like, oh, this is fucked. This is, it's cursed. There's the lights are flickering. The demons are coming. You're gonna turn into a vampire and you bite me, and then we're gonna stay alive together forever. And it's not uncommon for Neil to be asked, "What the fuck are you saying right now?" It's not necessarily as common for it to be Ted to be saying it. And I think that might just about, let's see, yeah, Shug crying. Another amazing scene, Tina comforting her and pointing out, listen, your kid wants you to be happy first and foremost. You're not going to be happy if you're not doing what you love, and that is something that I have heard career parents, that is a mantra. And I guess that pretty much. Yeah, I love that, Sid saying, I'm not gonna shout and I'm not gonna curse. If anybody would like to join me in that, you are very welcome. And that was also, oh my god, the tension. I genuinely worried that she was gonna like snap at someone and, fuck it up, but she is not Carmi, She composed herself. Excellent, quick cut montage. And oh my god, the fucking part with, Jimmy's like, "You're not doing the dishes? That's fucking disgusting." I forget who, but I second whoever said, "Not helping." And right, we also have Richie saying, actually, never mind. I wanted to finish off this scene. So the camera goes closer and closer. Said zooming in rather, not actually, not. I sincerely doubt that was a dolly shot. That was a zoom, obviously, but yeah. And ultimately she does, and she clarifies, listen, we do have a dish pit. We have a backup. And oh my god, the fucking, what was it? Wagyu? I didn't quite catch. The spelling of it confuses me a little. I'm sorry. Not used to. I guess it's a silent. There's a silent letter in there. Why? And yeah, they managed to find ways to, yeah. Um, oh fuck, the part with chef, I've been waiting years for you to say that. Oh, you missed a spot. Oh, fuck you. And I guess that pretty much covers everything. I hope Cheese is going to be in more episodes. And now I obviously have to watch more that she's in, just fucking nailed it. You know, it's genuinely, yeah. I feel like that does pretty much cover their stuff. Also the montage of Shug calling and being like, I am being civil. Just give me a number. Is it 45? Is it an hour? Okay, now you're getting personal. And I think that might just about cover. Yeah, and oh my God, the thing about, well, the plumbers might not be here until tomorrow. Oh, God damn. And no, yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Let's see. I feel like there's one more thing I really want to make sure to say, so I'm just gonna mentally fast forward through the episode. Oh, right. Also love that Cheese, we hear her before we see her, before we know who the fuck she even is. It's just like, we just hear this voice. It's just like, can we just, could the person I ask please be the person who answers me? That seems fair. And definitely feel like there's another thing that yeah, no, maybe I'll remember it by the next I will just very briefly note, so the Antibot made a video talking about some Christians have terrible airline etiquette, which had me wondering if in the future, possibly, they may have to hire Reddit atheists to be air marshals to help resolve the matter. Seriously though, as usual, from her and I would say Drew is the husband's name. Yeah, great discussion, very thoughtful, mature, more so than my comment here, obviously. And yeah, love at one point they talk about, you know, maybe if a Christian starts singing a worship song, maybe we should sing something in response to them. I want that to happen so bad, and I want it on camera. And I think, yeah, you know, so Richie at one point in this episode says that he is not looking forward to becoming a human battery. And at another point, because the app is debugging, which is what apps do, I guess, you know, it temporarily works. It's like, oh, thank God. But then breaks again. Then he says, never trust a computer. As someone who knows personally, Richie, I think I may have said this before in videos on this show, there is, and I appreciate it's difficult to believe, because he's amazing, if problematic, there is such a thing as reading too much Philip K. Dick.